It is March 2024, and we're getting ready to do our third market prep of the month. So let's get right into what I'm up to this week. Hey everybody, how are you doing? It's at Thank You again, and I am getting ready for my third market at the end of March. And we had our first two. They were smaller shows, so we did our first one with maybe about 100 plus vendors, and then we had about 50 vendors at the following one that was a pretty good distance away, and we did profit a little bit. I don't normally share exact numbers, but you know, at least we made our space back plus a few $100s back. They ended up being a little bit smaller in attendance, so I wasn't expecting a lot from them, but you know, we had some pretty good hours and we got to talk to a lot of people and a lot of other creators. So this third one, we've been with this group called Rosecraft here in the Twin Cities, Minnesota area, and we just did some like a December show where we did pretty good. I mean, we did over 5x probably our table cost, and so that was really good, but that was a holiday one, so there were people that were looking for unique gifts and handmade items. So we'll see how the spring ones go. I will say that as somebody who's kind of been in at least the area around the Twin Cities, around Minneapolis, that the spring shows around here do tend to be a little bit slower compared to the fall. The fall time and the holiday time is always going to be more because there are people searching for gifts. So with that being said, these past couple weeks have been busy, and I'm just going to show you or share what I've been making, and these are in some of my videos that I've been sharing with you. So thank you everybody for watching and subscribing. So I have these are some of my popular items that I have up on my Etsy shop at Think Cutie Studios, and these are the little olives with the pimentos in there. And I just made a batches because I was I don't know if it's like martinis or drinks or something, but New Year's, I pretty much just sold out of all of those. So I didn't have any left in my inventory. And then I've been playing around with some brand new cutters and other things that I've received. So I have these little lamb earrings that I've created. So yeah, just kind of trying to see if there's a different variety, and also creating smaller sizes because I know that there's some that are concerned about the weight, but polymer clay tends to be a little bit like, people are surprised about how light it actually is. And you know, even these right here, they're not very heavy. So polymer clay does tend to be a lighter material. And then I've always done these because I was really low. I only have one pair left, but I always do little cheeseburgers. So hopefully these are in focus for you. But I created some more of those, and these ones, sometimes I make them a little bit smaller, but because, you know, I hand make them, so it's really varied in size. And then I had some fun because I got a new like cutter that sections it off kind of like orange slices, and I just wanted to play around. I might create some sausage ones as well, but I just made some little pepperoni pizzas with them and had a little bit of fun this week. And so those are some new realistic food creations. And then I have some other popular ones that I've sold out last year and was really low. I only have like a couple pair left too. So here's my pretzel ones that I have. They were really popular last year and I don't have very many left, but I think it's always fun when I do these because mine tend to be a little bit more like, I guess, out there as far as earrings. I don't like doing normal earrings. I did try some. I do have some beaded and some other ones that I do try, but I like wearing fun things and you know, expressing myself through kind of like the fun food earrings and just really unique ones. And I tell other people too this story that I wanted to create a pair of earrings because I was going to a picnic. So I made, you know, just, you know, earrings that I could wear to like a picnic, a summer picnic, and like these. And I just wanted something really fun. So that's where some of my ideas come from. And I don't know if I'll be going, but there's like, I might go to our pastry shop too, just to kind of take a look at what kind of things they have out again, so that I can get some inspiration and have some yummy food, of course, because that's always a good thing. And yeah, I just want to try to keep creating and pushing myself to make some new designs. And again, usually it's like I make a small batch just to see how well they go, and just to see you know, about the creative process, how difficult it is. But you know, a lot of my things, they're unique handmade, so it's like sometimes I'll make them and I won't make them again, so they're kind of one of a kind pieces. And then my husband printed out those little, I wanted him to make like a cast iron pan, so he designed the 3D pan for me, and he created them smaller this time. So I am actually going to put the little eggs that I make and the bacon in there, and I made teeny tiny little eggs, a bunch of them last night, and I'll show you some of this. I always show everything at the end of my video, kind of things I've been creating. So that's teeny tiny little eggs that are going to go in there. And I don't know if these are going to be too big, but I see women wearing like large hoop earrings and just really unique earrings. So I'm actually going to see if I can turn these into earrings, because I don't think they're too overly big. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. And they're just going to be some fun little things. I may only do a few. And when I'm talking a few, a lot of times I'll only do like 3-4 pair, or you know, half a dozen, so about 6 pair, just to see, you know, kind of what the response is. And like I've said through the video, sometimes it's like you just, from show to show that we've been to, you just never know what's going to go. And one week it'll be you know, something that hasn't gone in a couple months, and then the following week all the new things that you made will go. But yeah, so I'm just been busy creating, kind of taking it easy this week, because we have 2 big shows coming up in April. So in April we were going to be out at the Canterbury Park, in Shakopee at the horse race track for the big spring festival. It's not quite as big as the fall one that a lot of people go to. There's thousands and thousands of attendees that go to this event. But the springtime one, it is half the cost for the space, but it's still kind of spendy. And so we are going to go out there, and it is a 3-day show that is all day. So we'll see how that one goes. And this is something that I'm trying again. The first time that we tried again, I felt like it was one of the first times that I was to an event. I had no idea what to bring, and mine were kind of more, I would say, kids oriented, but it was a lot of print work, and quite honestly, I don't know if they were that good. So, but I just wanted to get my things out there, and that's one of the shows where I really learned that people were really responding more to my clay sculpture items, which I really enjoy doing. And I kind of moved, most of my prints came from kind of the children's book that I've created. And it's, you know, so that's a really kind of specific. There are some people that do sell a variety of children's books, but I only had a couple. So in fact, during that time, I only had one, and the rest was print work and larger paintings. And I felt like people who were there, people were expecting more what I would call like things you'd find at craft sales. So also kind of sometimes lower pricing. And there weren't like the serious people who were going to like art collector things, you know, to find art pieces to purchase. So that is one thing that you want to look for depending on what type of item you have. A lot of people who do like handmade pottery, large paintings and things like that, you will probably have more purchases and more interest if you are at a art fair or something that's juried. And that's just something that we've been finding. If it's more like art, more in like the art world, and sometimes it's like our things can cross over, so it's like you really have to think about that, because I've seen so many talented artists where maybe that type of crowd, and we've all been there, trust me, we've all been there, where they, you know, we didn't make our tables back, or we sat there and just had very few interactions. And you know, it's like sometimes that's just really hard to predict, and you just got to keep going and keep creating and keep trying some new shows and trying to find where kind of maybe your crowd that would be interested is at. We've had some mixed reactions. We've tried a couple cons. Yes, we are going to be at Twin Cities Con again in the fall, and we're going to be at Geekcraft again after we're at the Canterbury Park show, the Large Spring show. So we're going to be at Geekcraft, and they've already started advertising there. We're over 1,000 attendees last year. It was really big. There was a wait to get into the room, and I think they've grown this year again. So hopefully they will have, I've seen like kind of the video reels and things that they've done on TikTok for at Geekcraft Expo here in Minneapolis, and very, very talented people that we will be with again. And last year it did kind of lean towards more of like D&D themed things, but again, there's a mix. There's people that you would find in like Artist Alley in a con. There were people that created kind of unique, I would say like more fairy core earrings or jewelry, and then there were people that created kind of like gaming pieces. There were people who did dioramas. There was another artist that we've talked to that does kind of like the jeweled glow light up bonsai type trees, things like that. So there were other 3D printers that were there, and yes, we are seeing more and more of them as we go to events. In fact, there's another large one that travels around with that group that we know, but we do kind of like smaller scale. And again, like I said, my husband designs his own. So that is something that's unique, where we kind of combine what we do. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm really excited, but I'm taking it easy this week because of those shows coming up. And then I have 2 weeks to prepare for 2 large shows back to back that are going to be at least 2-day or 3-day shows. And just really excited, and I'm really hoping. I always get so nervous before we have an event. I always get like the butterflies. I'm like, oh my gosh, what if we don't do well? Those thoughts run through my mind, and I'm always worried. And then once I get there and, you know, we kind of like have the first sale, you know, I feel better. But yes, I always have that worry, just like everybody else who's there. And we have the same disappointments sometimes that other people experience at the shows, but we've learned to just really just keep trying and keep going, and just know that not every show is going to be great. And so, I mean, there's, you know, if you make over your table sometimes, I mean, when you're beginning, I mean, we're just happy to do that sometimes too. So it varies, and you can't predict sometimes how the crowds are going to be or how many people are going to make it. Maybe there's other competing things going on at the same time. So hopefully other people that we know have seen these posts. And thank you to everybody who keeps viewing. Please hit that bell, like, and subscribe. And yeah, I just I hope that you enjoy what I've been creating, and I'm going to keep showing it, because sometimes, most of the time, I've been remembering to hit the record button. So I will follow up with some of the time lapses that I do, and my process of creating some of the pieces that I make this week. So I will see everybody. Hopefully you'll be able to take a look. I'll try to record for this market that we have at the Eagan Community Center this weekend. And what is the date today? Do I know? So it's Thursday the 21st, and so this weekend, the 23rd and 24th, we are going to be at the Eagan Community Center Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 4. So hopefully we'll see you out there. If you've seen us on social media, or you've seen these videos, just let us know so that we can maybe give you a little bit of an extra little thing. So, and we can also get to know you. So we will see you then. All right. Bye, everybody. All right, so hopefully you don't mind the voiceover that I do. It's a little hard to kind of control the recording, and I might be changing the angle down the road, but here I am just making a tiny, tiny little 1/2 inch, and you're seeing my little remote there because I was watching YouTube at the same time doing my time lapse, and I'm just making a bunch of tiny little eggs to go into those pans. The pans, as far as the width, were only about maybe an inch, maybe a little over an inch wide. So I had to make the eggs a little bit tiny, and maybe I could have gone smaller. And there I am after I've dusted everything. I'm just taking them off of the little tile that I use. And then I made these tiny little bacons. And because they are so small, they were really thin. I did have some breakages, but I'm just using a clear polymer clay or translucent, and then I am dusting them to make look like they've been frying in the frying pan. And then I did mix my own color of kind of like a brown and a darker like pink maroon color to get the other part of the bacon to make it look a little bit more realistic. And yeah, I forgot that my camera was on. So, but anyway, after that, here is the final result. And there's what they look like once all the pieces are glued in there. And then I did do glaze over the top to give it a little bit of shine and look real. And that's all that I have. Again, thank you again for watching. And for subscribing, and remember to hit that bell for any announcements for our studio updates and where we're going to be at. And we hope to see you at one of our events. And like I said, the 2 big events that we have coming up, well, we have one this weekend at the Eagan Community Center, and then we have another at the Canterbury Park in Shakopee, and then Geekcraft Expo down at the Minneapolis Convention Center. And again, I'm going to keep leaving these throughout the year, and we might be adding a few more in, but here's our main list of where we will be at if you're looking to come out and see a good art and craft event. So hopefully everybody has a good week, and I will be getting ready for our show. Bye!